everyone. Welcome back to our map making videos for the state of Massachusetts. We're up to number 5, okay, and it's going to be a fun video today. We're going to work on the mountains, and that's going to be in the far western part of the state. So we might even throw in a couple of other details from other categories to help us too. Let's look at this area in detail. It's way out in the westernmost part of the state that we're going to be working. And I'm going to just look at the hills and mountains category. It says label the Taconic Range, already drawn in along the western border, which is with those little symbols right there. Okay, you can see in the map key we've got hills and mountains symbolized. It says using the symbol in the map key, draw and label. We're going to try to draw in the Husssac Range and the Berkshire Hills. And we're going to try to locate Mount Greylock, which is the highest point in Massachusetts, above 3,491 feet above sea level. Okay, so to make it a little bit easier, I'm also going to label this county. Now the county, maybe I'll take a yellow and just highlight that county line just so you can see it. Now let's just talk about what a county is real quick. A county is a big grouping of cities and towns, kind of a region within the state. And we'll talk more about it as we go into when we do all the counties, but this is Berkshire County. And you can see I labeled it right about there, kind of near the top of the county, because we don't want to get in the way of the river, and it'll fit nicely right about there. Berkshire County, County. Okay, and I also am taking the time right now to label this city called Pittsfield. Pittsfield. So you can go ahead and put those two little details in right now, and that way we'll be able to draw in the mountains and hills and mountains, and these will be already on the map. Okay, so in the instructions it says to label the Taconic Range, which is this range of mountains right here. So I think I can kind of label it right running along the side like this. CA, maybe I'll use capitals to make it really stand out. Taconic Range, R-A-N-G-E. I believe the Taconic Range is associated with the Appalachian Mountains as well. Okay. Now we're going to be adding some color, but let's save that to the end. Let's look at the next one in the list. It's the Husssac Range, and that's kind of located a little further up. Now, I guess I'll use the little mountain symbol too. Husssac Range. I'll put a few in there. There's one mountain associated with the Husssac Range. It's the one that's the Mount Greylock, which is the highest peak. And I think to make that one stand out a little bit, I think I'll put a little circle around it. And then I'll label it MT period GREY Mount Greylock, LOCK. Mount Greylock. Okay, good. And maybe I'll even give it a little special orange with some yellow around it. That'll make it really stand out from the other mountains. Okay, but let's just sketch in a few more of these other. These are part of the Husssac Range. Okay, and then we've got the Berkshire Hills, and those kind of run in this direction, in the north-south. I'm going to make them a little bit more rounded, being a hill rather than a fairly tall mountain. And I think if I label it kind of like we did with the Taconic, B E R K S H I R E, Berkshire Hills, H I L L S. Okay, we'll put a couple more in there too. Bring them right up close to Pittsfield. So we're really working in the westernmost part of the state. Okay, now what colors should we use for the mountains? I like to make them multicolored, so I'm going to pick green, light green, maybe throw in a little bit more orange here and there, a little red, orange. These hills and mountains get very colorful in the fall. Here's a light brown. Okay, people actually plan vacations to go see the foliage when the mountains get very colorful. Okay, so let's make them nice and colorful. I'll start out with a light brown, and I'll just kind of, this is the fun part of your map where you can just kind of take your time jumping around with, you can color some of the Taconic Range, you can do some of the Husssac Range, and you can jump down to the Berkshire Hills, add a little color. If you just color randomly here and there, then you can switch to the next color. And we'll go with the orange, and we'll jump around again. This is another popular vacation destination. People like to go to the mountains for the beauty of the mountains. And these are relatively small mountains compared to some other states where they have much higher mountains, but they are still beautiful. And okay, we'll go put in some green now. The mountains tend to get much taller as you get into Vermont and New Hampshire, but still these are nice to put on your map. Okay, now I'll jump over to, maybe put a few more green in the Taconic. Take your time. If you color them individually, it looks nice. Okay, let's see, I'll do a red-orange now. If you want to take a second to label the height of that Mount Greylock, you could put a little leader line up here and say 3, 4, 9, 1. That represents the height of the mountains, 3,491 feet above sea level. Okay, now I'm going to do some light green. And the last, a little bit of some more red, orange. I've got most of them already. You can draw a couple more in if you like here and there. Don't go too overboard drawing the mountains. You're just symbolizing them. You don't have to draw every single peak that's there. Oh, that's up 10 minutes right there. That's probably a good, I think we're pretty much done anyway, so that's a good place to stop. We've got those all checked off. Let's check them off in the list. Okay, great. All right, nice job today. That was a nice, easy video today, and you can take your time with that. That really adds a lot of nice color to your map. Okay, and I think in the next video we're going to tackle the cities and towns of the state, which there's quite a few. So get ready for that, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.